Hi, welcome to the Oi Podcast.
My podcast is sponsored by 2x2 Gang.
Two by two gang, the superior gang of Minecraft water sources.
Yeah, boy.
If you want one of those 1-3 bitches, get the fuck out of here.
1x3, they support Stuart Little. Fuck Stuart Little.
Fuck Stuart
No,
Little,
yeah,
dude.
Stuart
What the
Little's
fuck
cool,
does he think
No, he's
doing?
not, Andy.
Andy, get the fuck out of this
Nah,
car.
Stuart Little's not cool because he takes my parents'
He can
attention away
sail.
from me.
Okay.
He got a car before me, and he's like 2 feet in tall.
Dude, CNN interviewed Stuart Little, and he said he likes bad. Dude,
Yeah, Max, remember that kid who just took apart an alarm clock and put it in a briefcase, and people thought it was a bomb? And
Yeah,
he got a
that's
bunch of
Stuart
free
Little in
shit?
real life.
Andy,
Yeah,
Andy-
that's like Stuart Little in real life.
we're talking about Stuart Little, and you jumped into that.
No. But anyways, what I was saying is that kid got a bunch of free shit before you, Max. Are you not upset at that kid?
No.
Yeah, but
Fuck
I'm
Stuart
upset.
Little, though.
Okay.
On God, can we go back to that?
I'm upset at Stuart Little.
Okay, what's your
Stuart Little
beef
used to be
with
the
Stuart
saddest
Little?
movie.
Mine?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Instead of adopting a real kid, these parents adopt an anthropomorphic rat.
Okay,
And give it a
yeah.
freaking car.
Okay, in China, you're not allowed to have more than 2 children. So if this was China, it'd be perfect.
I don't know.
So you have
where
two,
you're
you have
going
2
with-
children and then a rat?
Yeah.
Anthropomorphic
Two
rat.
children and 100 mice.
Anthropomorphic mice.
Because they're not children.
They
It's
have
fine.
to be anthropomorphic.
Alright, well anyway.
Furry.
What's the mom in that movie is like one of those actresses that was like famous, but she's in nothing that you've ever seen. What's her
What's her name?
stupid freaking name? It's a dumb name too.
Mrs. Little.
Mary
Stuart
Poppins?
Little Mom.
Actress.
Geena Davis.
Jennifer
Geena
Geena Davis.
Stuart Little. Milf.
Geena Davis.
Geena
No!
Davis. She's in like so many things that you've never seen.
But she's
The Fly, Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Underground movies. Little
Thelma and
indie
Louise.
classic.
Well, I've seen Beetlejuice, but you know, there's just
And The Fly.
Don't say his name.
oh my god.
Yeah, she was in a lot of good movies like Stuart Little, Stuart Little 2,
Beetlejuice.
Stuart Little 3, Call of the Wild.
Okay, hold on.
Call of Duty.
Stop
She was
everything.
in Knight Rider.
Everyone Google a picture of Jonathan Lipnicki right now.
Why?
Because that's the kid
Alright.
from Stuart Little, and the most like the top picture that comes up of him that's fairly recent, I'm assuming, does not look like the kid from Stuart Little whatsoever.
Are we looking at the same picture? 'Cause I'm
The
seeing a
kids
weird
back
shit in this
home, be
picture,
sure
and
to
I
look
feel like
that
I'm
up as
purple.
well in real time. What are we
Also,
looking
what
at?
kind of last name is Lipnicki? That's like a good last name, but also like a bad last name.
What type
Max,
of
I feel
last-
like you can say that with every child star though. I don't know. Macaulay Culkin.
Oh
gotta say
no!
I'm
Don't
kinda
even get
wrong
me.
there. Macaulay Culkin looks like Macaulay Culkin as a kid, but on crack.
Don't even get me started on Macaulay
well.
Culkin's name. That's just a horrible name. Macaulay. What kind of name is that?
Parents hated him before he was
Culkin.
born.
Fuck that.
He was on Red Letter Media as for a joke for 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure he's on the new one too, where they reviewed the new Halloween movie, and it's great.
He was on a few episodes of The Modern Rogue, and he was actually
Oh.
pretty funny.
I just like the video of him eating a slice of pizza and they put the sad violin music over it.
No, he had like a cover band, and they just sang about pizza or something. Do you guys know about this?
Violent kind of person.
It's. Oh my god, I gotta find it. Talk about something
What are we
else. I'll get
finding?
back to you.
Let's
What are
see. I already talked about 2x2 Gang. They are the superior infinite water source in Minecraft. You can't deny me.
You can try. They'll be wrong, but you can try.
Oh, speaking of Minecraft, though, I saw the ultimate Minecraft pickup line the other day on r/Tinder.
God.
It is so good. So you lead it off with messaging a girl, and you're like, "Hey, I'm trying to start a Minecraft server. You in or nah?" And then they're like, usually they'll say no unless you are like me, and every girl responds with "Hell yeah," somehow. But anyway, so then when they say no, you say, "Come on, if you don't play the craft, you can't get the shaft." And I was crying laughing when I saw that. That was the funniest thing ever.
Well, because in the
Because-
original, Didn't the girl say, "Oh yeah, I'll let my brother know"?
My little sister, my 12-year-old sister.
That's what it was.
The child making fun of them, patronizing them joke.
The child gamers rise up.
that sounds worse. That sounds really bad for some reason.
All right.
There's a
So I
national
found the
epidemic
band.
going on.
What are they called?
The
So-
child gamers of the Chinese sweatshop. Sorry, keep going.
The
The
band
pizza
is
sauce?
called the Pizza Underground, and they only cover songs by Velvet Underground.
I was about to say,
But-
but they replace it with words of pizza?
Yeah, but pizza themed. And when you look
That's-
them up, it's the listed instruments are guitar, glockenspiel, drums, tambourine, kazoo, and pizza box.
Interesting.
I wonder if Lou Reed wanted that to be his legacy.
Can you guess
Like,
which
yeah, I
one of
started
those?
underground rock and roll music.
Can you guess which one of those instruments Macaulay Culkin plays?
Glockenspiel.
Nope, the kazoo. He's listed
Hey,
as their kazoo player.
You on kazoo?
He's a dead
That's a dead
violin
meme,
kazoo
Andy.
kind of guy.
Okay. You
This
know
is
what?
You on kazoo.
Wait a minute. Who are you? Friends have said that to me all the time, but it was good in its heyday, and now it's rotten.
It was funny, and then it wasn't funny.
Special friend.
Special friend.
Then they sing their song.
Okay,
Thank you, 2016. Don't ever come back.
no, 2016 was a great year. Shut up.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
No,
with
Muhammad Ali
nothing
died
bad
on my
happened at all.
No, Muhammad Ali died on my birthday that year.
Oh yeah, happy birthday. It's
Muhammad
all your
Ali's
fault.
dead. I didn't know that.
Really?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Remember
he died
the-
last year.
Remember
He was
in
like
the
all
news?
over the news.
2 years
When-
ago, Andy.
Yeah, we're talking about
Oh
2016.
yeah, you're right.
I don't
We
remember
tried-
that at all.
Close enough.
Nibbles
There's-
really be out here in 2016.
I'm
That
pretty
was-
no.
Watch it.
I think
I
you're
said
talking.
gonna
Say
be-
a word.
I think you're talking about some weird. What's the Mandela Effect? I don't think he's dead.
Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, I
I'm so
saw it
mad I
yesterday.
wasn't allowed
You're
to
lying.
name my sophomore year or Mandala project Nelson Mandela.
I remember that when we made those in Britlet.
Yeah, and I said, "Can I name my project Nelson Mandela?" And the teacher immediately said no, with like all sternness. She was like, "No," and I was like, "Okay, fine."
What class was that? When?
Brit Lit,
British
Oh,
literature.
I do remember that now.
the class where you did nothing and still it was okay, whereas I did everything and she still
I-
hated me.
Yeah, so here's the
pretty
deal with
sure.
that class. No, here's the deal with that class. I sat directly next to the teacher's desk,
And I said next to Max.
and then he sat next to me, or one behind me, and then next to me.
No, I sat. Yeah.
right.
Yes, because Becca was next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we I did absolutely. It was like it's an English class, and I suck at everything to do with English classes. So I would never read any of the assigned anything, and I would suck at writing, and I would not participate anything useful during discussions. And
Never.
for some reason, the teacher liked me. I don't know why. So I was right next to her desk. So we'd literally be writing like an essay, like an on-demand essay thing. And I would just like put my elbow on her desk and just like start talking to her in a silent room. And
Yeah.
and just have a full conversation when I should be doing the freaking test. And then
How to
Donnie would
life and
say
kick.
like one thing, like one little peep, and then get yelled at. And it was great.
Yeah, like I would
Yeah,
drop
that's fantastic.
my pen would slip out of my hand and like hit somebody. I'd be like, I'd say sorry, and they'd and she'd look at me like, no, stop, and I'd be like, what am I doing?
I love it.
and then there was Kyle in front of you, Andy, who would grope you.
Oh, every time.
Elaborate.
And then every time I'd like look at him and I'd be like, yo, chill. And she'd be like, hey, you too. And I'd be like, oh, what the hell?
I didn't do anything.
Literally, Kyle sat in front of Andy Lucas, and he would just lean back and like massage Andy's face.
Yeah, he'd
Oh,
like
cool.
he'd reach back and grab him.
Why?
I don't know. And so every
You
time,
met Kyle.
and so I would just start
know.
making faces. By the end of the year, she would just kind of like look at me and she'd give me this face. I'm like, I'm not doing shit.
I thought Andy was like out of that, and it was just like you and me, Noah, and a couple others that had to suffer with that. But that's neat.
Yeah, it was a crazy time.
High school. Very cool.
I think that's my only English teacher who didn't like me. Because my other English teachers were my friend's mom. Or I had her twice.
Did you?
Miss Davis,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I guess you did.
Okay, we are saying names.
I was trying not to, but like it's
Well,
whatever.
she is
That's a generic ass last
woman.
name. She's great. I love her.
No.
I usually call her by her first name.
We had 2 teachers that were English teachers at the school that are our friends' moms.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's why I wasn't sure we were talking about it first.
Yeah. So like
we'll call
Think
one
band.
Mrs. X and the second Mrs. Y.
think
Wait, I'm
band.
trying to
That's
think.
not confusing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There you go, buddy.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you're
what I
good.
thought. I was like, I was always in her room for testing, but I never had her as a teacher.
I had her. She liked me, but again, I was just horrible in her class.
Yeah. All right. Let's stop reminiscing on a high school English class.
You're gonna
that
look
time in
back on the
band
high
camp?
school years and you're gonna miss this, dude. It was the best years of your life, dude.
Yeah, I got called a faggot every day.
And nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. But man, those were good times.
Man,
being called a
those are
faggot.
the times.
So, last night, when Donny and I were in Discord with Chuck, we were just talking about like, I don't remember exactly what, but like, I think we somehow brought up like getting made fun of or whatever, and Donnie's like, "Yeah, you know, I'm just used to people calling me gay," and I was like, "Shut up! You don't have rights here, you goddamn homo."
Ugh.
That's horrible, but I support it 100%.
Yeah,
Um
we'll save. Yeah, I was gonna say we'll save backstories for the lore.
Yeah.
That's the episode where we unload all of our emotional baggage on the podcast.
Hey, Donnie, no ideas. Only straight people can have ideas in this call.
we
Yeah.
Stop.
God.
we have a few episodes to go before that.
That's 7.
Yeah.
So Donnie, what's your anti-fingerprint technology thing?
Oh, so first of all, my roommate ordered like off like Apple or whatever. I think it's Apple. I don't know. Maybe not Apple, just some company. One of those stupid ass pop socket things. And it's the one where it's the Flork of Cow's sock looking angry. And it's got the like Discord notification. And so it's like it's called the ping sock and he doesn't know it. But anyway, like you can't stick those on normally. You have to have a special case for it on the iPhone 10. Because and he's like, yeah, you have a special case because it has anti-fingerprint technology, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, or like I know what that means. Why do you refer to it as that? It's just anti-fingerprint glass. It just reduces smudging and stuff.
So the adhesive doesn't stick to it?
No, it's just because of how the glass is.
Huh.
Sorry, it's how the anti-fingerprint technology is.
Why do you call it that? That's annoying.
Because he's brainwashed Apple. Fuck.
Anti-fingerprint technology sounds like something you put on like a museum artifact or something, not like that.
It's just it's just for the back glass of the
Okay.
iPhone 10.
You know how that's like a thing people do when they review phones and electronics. That's always like the first thing they do. They're like, "This phone's great. I love all the features. Least favorite thing, you touch it and it's covered in fingerprints." And I'm like, how is that a metric? That's just dumb to me. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Because like most people either
No
put a
sh- it's
case
no
or
shit.
like, yeah, no one wears gloves. Everything has fingerprints. I mean, seriously, my leather moleskin notebook has finger marks on it from me holding it.
Oh yeah,
There's
those so grease mark. I've made the mistake of on my book of like resting if it's on my edge of my desk. Sometimes I just put my forehead on my desk, and it's
Ugh.
landed on my book, and then I lift my head, and then it's just a grease fucking mark from my forehead, and I'm like, oh god, I'm
Oh.
gross. But it's like
well, no, that's like
it's just how it is.
it's like the top of my desk chair. It's like leather.
Oh, that
it's
too.
Just high enough
Yeah,
up where it's
that
really
too.
greasy for my neck.
That's
and
it.
it's nasty.
I got 2 like spots on my mouse from my fingers.
Oh yeah.
So on the topic of fingerprint stuff, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It says fingerprint on it, but really it doesn't have anything to do with fingerprints.
Smudging.
But there's this check that I got, and it on the back where you sign your name, it had like a special like whatever, and it said something about fingerprint security or whatever, but really it's not a fingerprint, it's just heat. So like if you put your thumb on it, the redness of it goes away because of the heat in your finger, and then it comes back. So like you can't print a check like that because it's like a crazy like security measure. But I thought that was the coolest thing ever, because like if you just like breathe on it, like how you'd like clean your glasses, and it just like all the redness just goes away, and then you just like you can look at it and just see it slowly come back as the paper cools down.
You could
That's
totally
crazy.
prank someone with that. Put it in a hot card and give it to him. Be like, "Yo, I think am I colorblind? Because I don't see any red on this anymore." And they'll be like, "Oh my god, there's something wrong here."
It's
No,
it-
you
it's
do
pretty
like
dope.
can you pass me
Yeah, it's
my
pretty cool.
red paper or whatever, and then like no, dude, it's right there, and you make them think they're
Yes. Hey, can you pass me the check with the red? And they're like, none of these have red. Be like, yeah, the one on the left should.
I convinced my colorblind friend that a red pen he was using in class was blue the other day.
That's horrible. I love it.
It's really, he believed it for like a solid hour and a half
Or
until
pull
someone
up
told
that-
him it was pink. Or I told him it was pink then, and it turned out it's like a pinkish red. It's so funny though. It was-
Or you did that thing where it's like you're not allowed to do your work in red pen because that's what the professor uses. And so they start doing all their homework in like blue pen. You're like, hey, you know you're doing that in red, right?
No, the worst is when, like, honestly, when we play bocce with him in my yard games class, because yeah, I take that as a class, because they're like dark, because they're like a tannish gray, brown color, and red.
Are you still inside for bocce?
We go when we're outside sometimes.
Okay.
They have like the actual bocce kits like that,
Yeah.
and so that's what red and green look like to colorblind people. Is it's just like a grayish brown tan looking color, and so he can't tell the difference between the ball colors, like, honest to god.
Well, it's my girlfriend's dad is colorblind, and so he was giving directions to someone once, and he's like, "Yeah, my house is the third one on the right, the red house." And he goes, and his friend was there who knew his house. He's like, he's like, "You know your house is brown, right?" And he goes, "Wait, is it really?" And he goes, "Yeah, no, your house is brown," like completely telling the truth. He lived there for years and didn't know it was red.
I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just-
because they all look the same.
Yeah,
Well,
that's just weird to me. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, we all worked at the mini golf place, and it was funny because like people would always make fun of the colorblind person in the group, and like
That's right.
they'd be like, "I just give me a color," because like I can't see any of them. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
Well, no, it was like someone once came up, and I think it was like some grandma and her like son or something. And so I was like, "Hey, what color do you guys want?" Kid's like, "Oh, I'll take red," and so I give him red, and then she's like, or no, she goes first. I think she takes red, and then he's like, "I'll have green," and he goes take green, and she goes, "Oh, you can't have the same color," and I looked at her and I was like, "He has green," and she's like, "Oh, I can't tell I'm colorblind," and I was like, "Oh God, I feel like an ass."
I just linked an image for you guys to check out of what it looks like.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
I actually used to play Battlefield in the colorblind modes because it changed the colors to
It
like
looks- it
yellow
looked
and
better.
blue. It did.
It really
looked
it
Higher
looked
contrast.
better.
What do
I
you
liked
think,
it.
Andre?
Ah,
I see.
understood.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Papa, hababadagada,
You already did this bit.
hababa,
You've done this bit before.
Oh, it's fun.
Wow, Andres. Wow, guys. Andres is a really good impression of the dog video.
He does. I tell you.
It's really impressive, and it's funny
Yeah.
how I interrupt him and he doesn't lose pace at all.
It's kind of funny.
When you're that good, you don't need
No, it's easy.
bass.
You just unplug your headphones.
Yeah. And that was the word from our sponsor.
What were we
Really?
talking about?
Are we ever gonna hear him?
Colorblindness.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
Andres ever gonna use his voice, or is he just gonna do that? I don't think
he
he's
did
like
that one
said.
time. He
No,
made
he
one-
Said
did.
hi to Rachel.
Yeah, he said hi.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey.
And then he sang the song.
Noah.
Hi, Noah. That's in the lore. That's in the
That's
lore.
in the lore.
That's in the lore.
That's in the lore.
The boy's back home now.
There we go.
There it
There he
is.
is.
I'll pin it.
Stay tuned
pin
for
it, baby.
episode 13, the lore.
I've been saying that since before we've had this podcast, and it's just become a thing. Every 13 episodes, we dump our emotional baggage on this
Question.
Oh, is that
podcast.
what we're
we
doing
make
every
episodes?
13?
I don't know. I just
We should
You
release
It's
basically
those
gonna be a
ones.
lore. We're just gonna talk about like demons. What happened?
I go to
Make a
therapy and record it, and it's the podcast.
It'd be a horrible podcast.
The
Just
color
someone
yellow
else's
makes
therapy
me
session.
sad.
Yeah.
Like you just
so
have
it's
to.
not advice pertaining to you at all.
Yeah, it's like advice that probably won't do you any good, and like half of it is just like talking about situations that other person has been in that you have
And then
no
you-
relation to whatsoever.
It'd be great.
But
You
like
know it.
situations that sound a million times better than what they're in or something. I'm going to this.
Have you guys seen Blade Runner, the original one?
I want to.
No. Harrison Ford.
Yeah, well, both of them have Harrison Ford.
I
They're
know.
starring him.
But yeah, the original. Basically, they had like some test scenes. They were testing people, and they had cameras close up on their eyes. You like a close up of Donnie's eye while he's talking to a therapist, and the therapist is like, "What makes you uncomfortable?" And Donnie's like, "When people take me near playgrounds, his eyes start going fucking wild.
My God.
They start like watering."
Good.
Good.
Good and great and nice.
And cool and good.
Well, speaking of therapy sessions, does anyone want to talk about unconventional / odd phobias? Oi, podcast, the podcast with segues.
Duke Ellington is here, baby.
I'm gonna kill you.
Someone get me a toothbrush.
All right, but Lucas, what are you talking about? What was that?
So I was just gonna bring it up because it's October time. While we're recording, probably when this gets uploaded, it's gonna be November. But fuck it.
No,
Uh,
no, it'll be
be
November.
Yeah, just
2
barely.
days. November 2nd.
Whoa, I'll be 20 years old when this is
Merry
released.
Christmas, everybody.
What? No.
Um,
It's gonna be
I
the day
was-
before. No,
Yes,
Andy-
I'm 20
Andy
this
turned-
Sunday.
This Sunday.
unconventional.
it'll be the first. It'll be the first.
Andy's birthday is in October.
It's the yeah.
Oh,
This is released on the first. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Not on the
November.
second. Not on the second.
And
That's all I'm saying.
Max. Okay,
Do not-
Max.
speaking of therapy.
Lucas, we're trying to tell this. So
know,
Andy's
so-
birthday is in October. The 1st and 2nd that you're referring to are outside of October, Max, and are therefore
I know, but you said the second, and then I was like, no, that's not right.
But-
That's what I was correcting you on.
Okay,
No,
guys.
you are correct. It will be
hey, you
the
ever
day
guys
after
drown?
Halloween.
I am afraid of working at a gas station.
Why?
That's the phobia. I don't know. It's something that's come up recently, but the idea of like working on maybe more a night shift at a place like that because
Oh, you don't
of,
get robbed?
or like kidnapped or something. If the something where like just a few things go wrong, like you're working alone and then there's like I'm trying to think like the like phone gets cut out or something.
Here's your
and-
solution. Okay. Kill bots.
shotgun in the waist.
No,
What?
kill bots. You're gonna have guns that's aimed everywhere in the store, and then you have a smartwatch, and then if you feel threatened, you just press a button on the watch,
Mhm.
and then it shoots them.
Ah, yes,
What were you
okay.
saying?
We're thinking the realistic outcome. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Well, see,
put a
Lucas, this is what you
shotgun
do.
in your waistband.
When the guy comes up to you with a gun at your forehead, you say, "I bet I can guess what song you're listening to."
And you start deep
People watch
throating,
and you're like,
gun.
"Oh."
And then you say, "Is that a pop-up timer? Or are you just happy to see me?"
And then there you
Shit's-
go. You pull on your dick and
You're
boom,
dead.
guns go off.
All right. Do you guys have any? Because this is going to shit.
Let
I
me
don't
think.
know. Just thinking
No.
of
Working
something.
in Applebees because I'm afraid to lie to everyone that
right,
You
there-
hate
there it is.
Applebees so much.
Okay.
It's a problem.
You have to go into this.
No,
you
it's
can't
perfect
say this
every
alone.
time.
We've already talked about it. We don't
I
need to
know,
talk about it again.
but I have very reasonable rationale.
You do,
Why?
but you bring it
Alright,
up
good
so
topic,
often.
guys.
It's
Because
like
people talk
no.
about Applebee's like it's fucking like Jerusalem or not Jerusalem, like a holy city. It's not. It's shitty appetizers.
No one
for-
talks about it like that, except
Everyone
for
I
you.
know talks about it.
No one
like
talks
that.
about
No.
it.
Literally, I have not mentioned in any conversation Applebee's, and I have not had Applebee's mentioned to me other than from you. You
Yeah, I was
are
gonna
literally like you were like a bitter ex-girlfriend that brings up like every little fucking thing that her boyfriend did like in front of her friends, and they're just tired of hearing about it. That's
no,
you.
did like Applebee's hurt you? Did they have like something on
They
the menu?
lied to
that they,
me.
like,
Show me on this
off
white
and-
comedian where Applebee's touched you.
Show me on the menu what
A
they
Bert
were.
Kreischer's belly button when he's shirtless, talking about being the machine. So I hear you are the machine.
Okay, so
You guys,
Moving
what do you
on.
think? 'Cause otherwise, I guess we're not talking about this anymore.
no, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about
Okay.
fucking Applebee's. Okay. So
No, you're not allowed
You know
to go
the- you know the-
saying fuck Applebee's.
you know the trypophobia thing
Oh yeah.
where it's like
Yeah.
fear of like uniform holes and shit.
Yep.
I hate that, and I don't have that. But what I hate is when it's like literally just a straight up like gory photo that's like a bunch of cuts and or like sores or something on someone's hand or something, and they're like, "Oh, like you're getting your trypophobia all triggered." Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, that's just legitimately disgusting.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
like,
that's one thing I don't
or like
understand.
worms crawling out of people's like everywhere. It's like that's just
That's
like
just gross.
it's just gross. It's not even a phobia. It's not like, oh
think-
man, I'm scared of looking through windows because the screen has a bunch of holes in it. It's
think
like, oh, that's just
trypophobia-
gross.
I think
I'm scared of
trypophobia is like
being a part-
imagining those holes being in flesh is the thing. It's not really a phobia.
Well, it's not even
otherwise. Like, they're not
recognized
scared
as a
of
real
holes.
thing.
Yeah.
But like,
All right.
it's so stupid to me. Like, I remember one of our friends was like, oh, I have this phobia because I saw this thing on Facebook, and then he like looked it up and he was like showing us pictures, and I was like, no,
it's that
you
one
just-
like fake disease.
and I was like, no, that you just don't like a photoshopped picture of a callus with something crawling out of it. That's what
I
you
like
don't like.
imagining that like they think that other people think, oh, that's normal, that's fine, but it's just me with my trypophobia that they
I'm
say.
like the opposite. I like those pictures. They're friggin' satisfying to me.
See, I'm not like other girls. I like
I don't
dogs and
I
watch
think
The
you're really
Office.
listening.
No, I could find one to send to you that you'd see it and be like, oh, that's weird. I don't want to look at
I've
that.
seen a handful.
No, I browsed the subreddit a bunch because I'm curious about people that actually.
Yeah, I'm a sadist.
Yeah, I'm into masochism.
But at the same time, if there's a subreddit called Tryptophobia, and people browse it and freak out in the comments, why would you browse it if it freaks you out though?
Because
That's
people like
what
being
I-
scared. It's why you watch scary movies.
That's why people play
No, I watch
scary
them because
video
they're
games.
terrible. Like
They
they're
are
never
bad most of
scary.
the
They're
time.
just terrible. No, you know what my fear is?
The good ones.
Getting like I forgot what it is, but getting sick so you can no longer eat meat.
Oh, those
will never
ticks.
become or something like that. Yeah, I will never become a vegetarian. That's a phobia
Huh?
of mine, becoming vegetarian.
I won't become a vegetarian because I'd rather just.
I'll be missing out on like epic bacon.
Exactly, Luke.
Bacon is not that amazing of a
Like,
Bacon's just
I could
all
cut-
right,
like,
yeah.
I think I could cut down on meat consumption, but I'm not gonna cut it down completely because like, I don't know why I would do that.
I like some iron in my diet. That's just
I can't do it because I'm a disgrace to my family otherwise.
Because
Oh,
live
yeah.
on a farm.
I live on
Or-
a meat farm. Oh wait, the vegans are gonna kill me now. Fuck. All of our animals have lived nice, healthy lives, and they're very happy, and we treat them very well. It's just a family business. It is what it is.
Well, you do treat your animals well. They're not like.
We do. We treat them very well.
It's not like
and they're-
this. It's not like the chicken farms and like the pig farms that are letting out fumes that are literally causing global warming. It's like it's like a
they
small
actually have
local
space
farm.
to breathe and walk around.
My cows are grass fed. They're nice and healthy. They're not being just shoved corn down their throats. They're beautiful creatures. They're very friendly. I love them dearly. I'm in a relationship with one of them.
Oh, that's...
You're not supposed to get attached to them.
Wait,
Is that the one that liked your
Is it a
knee?
male?
Dude, they all like my knees. I've got some dank ass knees.
Why do
Eddie
they like your
Burback
knees
sponsor
so
my
much?
knees. I don't know, but Eddie Burback needs to sponsor these knees.
Can we get Eddie Burback on the podcast? And can
Dude,
you bring
can we-
Gus with him?
Yeah. Wait. Did you watch Gus's video about the gay guys lying to themselves?
Yes.
That is so like I just like they act like bisexuality isn't a thing, right?
They
Because
do.
it's like I'm
Obviously not.
attracted to my wife, but I'm also attracted to men. Like you can be attracted to more than one thing. You can be attracted to dogs for all I care.
You're not supposed to,
You know,
but
like,
you can.
Remember that dude
Like-
who married his MacBook full of porn?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh,
All
you
right, I
got
just
me.
sent a picture to chat.
Yeah, that's not trypophobia.
Like,
that's
that's-
there are holes in someone's hand.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not-
trypophobia.
That's not trypophobia. That's just fucking gross.
Yeah, it's just
So-
someone got
Someone
stabbed a
who-
bunch.
So to
Yeah.
explain it,
Grabbed
it's
his
just
shotgun.
it's just someone's palm of their hand, and they just have a bunch of I don't even
It's
know
like
what
they
you'd
fell
call
on-
them.
It almost looks like
It looks like a
pellet
nail.
holes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you fell on a bed of nails. Or
Yeah, it
something
looks like they
almost.
Yeah.
slapped like a bed of nails as hard as they could,
But
and then
not
it's just like
almost like fell on and someone stepped on their arm when it was on
yeah,
it.
so just like a
Yeah.
bunch of holes along there, and it's like it's gross to look at, but it's not like oh the holes. It's like oh it's fucking a bunch
This
of
is
wounds.
just me.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
just gross.
No, but like the ones that like freak people out are like strawberries. Like I don't understand that.
Strawberries.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
deleting
it's
that 'cause I
covered in
don't wanna
little
look at it.
seeds.
Yeah, I
There's
was
like-
about to delete it.
There's like one that's like these like hornets like nest or something that's like a nest full of like flying
paper
stinging
wasp
bugs and
nest?
things. Yes, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I
Yeah.
ever told you guys this, but speaking of a beehive,
You got
So-
a new hairdo?
nope. So
I hope that is not.
so you know how my dad found that like that MG for like I think like $300 or $400,
The white one, yeah.
the white one that he bought me.
Yeah.
Because
They had to get like a new engine for and a new
and-
interior.
It's a whole thing. And it
everything.
still doesn't run properly. But anyway,
Yeah.
my dad found this deal on a car that's the same year as a car that he owns. So he was like, "Oh, this would be cool to get Max." And he
Cruising with my son.
crazy, ridiculous, cheap car that he's trying to get running. But it had a beehive in it, like right under the glove compartment. It was just like it was just the hive. There was no bees when he bought it, but so he pulled out the beehive, and we actually have it in our garage, for whatever reason, because he wants to save it. I don't know. It's up on a shelf, but so he was calling it's an MGB, so he was calling it the MG Beehive, and
That's a good one.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That's definitely a thing I can picture your dad
So when
saying.
That's definitely a dad name.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when we were registering the car, we were thinking about like a license plate because it's New Hampshire and everyone has vanity license plates because fuck it.
Yeah. Literally everyone.
So his is like MGB 1974 or whatever. Like it's literally just the year of his car.
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking about what mine should be, and he was suggesting have it be a beehive or something because the MG Beehive. So he was trying to convince me to do MG Beehive for the license plate, but I couldn't do it.
My
I still want to do not Andy.
yeah.
That'd
I
be
want to
funny.
get there's the one in our town that is Dubes, and it pisses me off.
Prank.
Oh
Because
yeah, I've seen
I-
that a few times.
Yeah, they work at the mall I work at. And it's like
I see that one every time I go like for a break or something. I keep
Yeah.
thinking, oh, there's Noah's car, and then I think, wait, that's not Noah's car.
yeah. I want it so bad because everyone's been calling me Dubes for years. And it's just so good.
When I went to my family reunion,
Reunion.
there was a guy who collects license plates, and we went to his house for brunch. He's fairly
Okay, white people.
and he just likes cars, and he goes to car shows, and then he's a part of the American license plate collectors club or whatever. I thought it was cool. Knock on it all you want, but it was pretty cool. So his garage just had a bunch of license plates in it that were like pretty funny vanity license plates.
Fun fact: our basement has a Just Wed Nevada license plate.
Yours does.
From
Don't know why.
for why?
When my mom and dad got married, my grandfather on my dad's side got it for him.
Huh.
Don't know where I got it or how, but
Probably somewhere in Nevada.
Oh no!
Yeah, if I had to
No
guess, it probably came from Nevada.
Next year when I go to Packaging Expo in Nevada, should I get married?
Yeah, do it.
Sure.
Are you going to Las Vegas?
Yeah, I'm probably going to Vegas next year.
Yeah, then
This time next year.
I'll go with you. Let's get eloped.
You
Let's
gonna come
lose it
to
on
you gonna
the
come to
episode.
Packaging Expo with me?
I want to
Max?
get married by a stripper. Can we do that?
Buy a stripper or to a stripper?
No, by a stripper. Like I want to get married to Donny. But I want the stripper to administer.
You want the pastor to be a stripper.
Yes.
I'm legally ordained though.
You can't marry
Wait,
yourself.
You can't
though.
marry yourself.
That's
Can you
narcissism.
ordain other people though?
Dude, I got ordained on the internet.
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure
I'm
strippers
just
can do
saying.
that.
I'm just saying. Could you just show up and
Can I sign
find
my own
somebody
marriage certificate?
and then be like, "All right, so this is what you need to say, but I'll sign all the
Okay.
paperwork."
So
Yeah.
apparently, some states allow ministers to marry themselves, while others forbid it. So maybe Nevada allows you to marry yourself.
Nirvana, I mean,
Nirvana's a
prostitution
great
is-
band. You ever see the baby
Yes.
cover with the thing that was recreated by the guy?
Porn.
No, but you ever see
funny.
the recreation of it? When he's
Yeah,
like
with the
30?
guy
Oh,
now
yeah.
grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's still weird how Dave Grohl looks like the drummer from Nirvana.
I know
Just
it's
saying.
so
I
weird.
think they're twins.
Right?
Yeah,
Sounds like
it's
Dude,
so
it's-
crazy how the lead singer of the Foo Fighters just looks exactly like the drummer from Nirvana.
You
Wait,
can't
Dave
say it
Grohl
without
looks like the singer
laughing.
of the
Man,
Foo
I miss Billy Ray Cyrus so much.
It's really weird how they,
Hey, my album of the day was Billy Ray Cyrus's debut album. Fun fact.
it's really weird how New Order sounds
Achy
like
breaky
Charge
heart.
Division. So
Yeah, no, it's on that song. Did you know that song went triple platinum in Australia? Yeah,
That would
because
be
a
Australians
great
love Australians love country music.
Dude, fuck Australia.
because they're a
Dude,
brain
I
wanna
full of
cut
pain,
all of their
everything
ground
kills them,
harnesses.
and now the music does.
I don't like
Can we-
Australia either.
Can we talk about ground harnesses for a second?
Yeah, but how do
Can we
they-
talk
how
about
do
their
they make
Willoughby
them?
ass wallabies?
Can we talk about how every citizen in Australia has a ground harness?
And they
Because
type
otherwise
upside
they'd fall off the earth.
down into the sun. Yeah.
Every time I think about that, I can't help but laugh. And I can't help but remember the first time you guys ever said that in chat, and I fucking died for a solid
just a
15
green-
I
minutes.
think, yeah, Andy
I
sent the
couldn't
green
do it.
text, and I said, fuck Australia, and Andy's like, no, Australia's cool. And I'm like, fuck you and your shitty infrastructure and Willoughby wallabies.
So fucking funny. Fucking ground harnesses. Oh my god.
I just imagine it as everyone in Australia is like changed to this one central location
Well, no,
in the
okay.
center of the continent.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's,
that's what I
let's
imagine.
talk about the logistics of the ground harness.
Okay, so you know those baby walkers that babies have? They put their legs through them and they walk.
Yes.
The floor of Australia is a big fucking magnet, and they all have a bunch of little metal walkers that they just walk around in them.
Submit us your theories of what ground harnesses look like, and we'll pick the best ones.
All right, so I have found the green text. I'm gonna read it. So, lives in Australia. Someone tries to rob my house. Notice his ground harness is a bit rusty. Throw boomerang at it. It breaks. Laugh as he falls into the sun.
There it is.
It's so fucking
There
funny.
it is.
I'm just like all I'm picturing is I'm picturing in one of the early good ASDF movies when like there's the guy that's like
Fuck gravity.
it's like yeah he says fuck gravity and then floats upward. I'm picturing that but upside down. Like that's all I picture.
Do you guys ever
Oh.
seen those maps of Australia where they actually flip the map upside down so Australia's at the top?
I love that so much. But like this,
Remember when Netflix was a country?
dude,
Are
is it,
Netflix
though?
a country?
All
Are
right,
Netflix a country? Are nuns part of the CIA?
anime circles.
what's
Let
the
it try
spider
it.
one?
Does spider have...
Does spider
have
have
puss
puss
puss?
puss? No!
Isn't this website or whatever,
I
Max?
think it is. I think I looked the other day.
I think it definitely still is.
I love it.
It's a good video.
That one, and then the Yahoo Answers pregnant thing. Am I pregante? All that video is a good one too.
Pregante.
Am I pregnant?
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant.
I say
saw-
mine on Twitter is still just the YouTube video for "I Want My Mullet Back" by Billy Ray Cyrus.
I should make mine. I gotta poop. Get out of the way. The metal song.
Get out of the way! I gotta poop! I gotta poop! I gotta get to the bathroom! Get out of my...
Yeah.
I'll do the best.
For those who don't know, I had a mullet in high school.
It was his shining feature.
It's on my license, and I
My
look like a
shiny
drug
teeth
dealer.
and me.
Dude, I showed my academic advisor that picture yesterday, and she laughed her ass off.
I miss your mullet.
I miss it for the
Right.
memes, but I don't
Right.
miss looking like that.
Yeah, it was good. It was good in the moment,
Johnny?
but looking back on it,
Yo.
we don't need.
When we get our Kodak jackets, can you please go back on wallet with your Kodak jacket just for the sake of?
Dude, I'll go get a haircut. I'll get a haircut.
There was a guy at Mud Bowl who had a bowl cut in the front and a mullet in the back.
Nice.
Wow.
And
Wait,
the
like
mullet,
how?
and like he had like this, so the sides of his head were like completely shaved, and then like the back was just grown out like to like past his shoulders, and then the front he just had bangs that looked like he literally put a bowl on his head, like in Dumb and Dumber.
Like,
It was
how
good.
bad was the bowl cut?
Horrible.
Like-
So imagine Dumb and Dumber. Imagine Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber in the front, but in the back it's a straight mullet,
Nice.
and the
That's like a-
sides are like really, really tight, like shaved.
Like a soup label.
Is it like
like-
Joba from Brockhampton level mullet or not mullet, a bowl cut? Like, I'm sending a picture right now since you're not into that scene, but like, look at that.
Look
Look
at
at how
that.
stark the shave is.
It's
Yeah.
aggressive.
Like that, but imagine like right behind his ears, everything is grown out.
Oh, baby.
So it's
I
just
forgot
like
how-
it's horrible.
I forgot how bad Joba's cut is when it's a
Yeah,
like,
it's not a look.
not.
Yeah. Speaking of Joba, he's in Brockhampton. Music. Album of the week. It's an album that came out a little while ago. You're the Snitch by Death Grips. I'm a Death Grips guy.
Oh,
It is
wait,
what it
don't.
be. I was listening to it on cassette earlier, and I was like, I gotta recommend this to you.
Yeah.
I love this album. Really high points on the album. Death Grips is online. Ha ha ha. Streaky was my top 3 songs on it probably. But it's just, I mean, it's Death Grips. Like, I'm sorry if I'm getting people into Death Grips, but
Your
it is what it is.
discretion advised.
Someone
Advised, very explicit.
please explain
Acquired
Death
taste.
Grips to me. I still don't.
That was
get
just
it.
a fucking joke, and I'm laughing the entire time.
Yeah,
And I'm
so
laughing with them.
there.
I can't hear
so-
any of the things the guy's saying though, because he's
That's
so
the point.
buried in
I'm
the
doing
mix.
it.
Welcome to the White Podcast, where my internet cuts out completely, and I can't hear the
The
rest
White-
of the people.
Oh,
And we're back.
Oh,
All right, I
yeah,
just cut out.
cut out. Yeah,
So did I. I think Discord just died.
I just
That
heard
was
Lilith. It's
Yeah.
um,
So yeah, MC Ride, lead vocalist. His
right.
drummer Zach Hill, and then their engineer's Andy. And they're just gods. Like, Zach Hill's just a crazy cool drummer.
In
And does
what
a lot
way
of
are
cool
they
stuff.
gods? I've listened to like 3 songs, and every single one of them I can't hear the vocalist.
It's just
You're not
Yeah, I gotta
supposed
agree.
to.
I don't understand Death Grips.
You're not
I-
listening to it because it sounds good. You're listening to it because it's bangers. It's entirely music for
Art.
listening to. It's entirely music for listening to it because you're just fucking bored and just want something that sounds all right, not in depth kind of stuff.
I like it I think of it as controlled chaos.
Yeah,
Systematic
it's like-
chaos, if you will.
But if it's just listening to it like haha funny, like blah blah, oh this is art, then like
No, it's-
why can't I hear the lyrics, and why aren't the lyrics hilarious?
not haha like they're telling jokes. It's haha in the way it's done. It's not like a Pink Guy album where they're like making jokes and cracking
Yeah,
stuff.
it's not like a comedy album.
The joke is Jesus Christ, what are they doing and why is it somehow functioning?
It's just I don't know. Like I mean, like
Yeah, but if I wanna listen to music that's like bad but good, I'll listen to the Shags. This episode is brought to you by my pal Footfoot. Get it on vinyl today. We're gonna be wrapping up the Oi podcast. Go listen to my pal Footfoot by the Shags. Look it up.
And
You
Death
won't regret it.
it.
Don't look
And
up Death
Death
Grips. Death Grips
Grips.
sucks. Just kidding. Death Grips is
I'll-
fine.
No,
That was too loud. That was too
no. I just like my last thing on Death Grips is it's just like I don't know why I like the sound, but I like it because it's different.
It's
And it's out there.
unconventional. It's
Unconventional. When you think of rap music, you don't think of Death Grips, but it is rap.
I'd like
And
it more
it's
if I could
just-
hear him.
It's a modern day equivalent for me of like kind of punk stuff. Like this
Yeah.
this is my teenage angst kind of music stuff.
He's
This
too
is
low
my-
in the
This is my it's not a phase mom kind of
But,
music,
like,
and some of it's still with
Okay, well, I'm in that phase, and I listen to way too much '90s punk. So get on my level.
Yeah, why can't
But-
most girls be like me? Come on.
Wait, two last things on Death Grips.
Sorry,
though.
keep going.
They released an album called No Love Deep Web, and literally the album cover is their drummer's penis. It's literally his dick in a public bathroom, taken just a picture of it, and it just has the title of the album, No Love Deep Web,
Written
on it.
in marker. Yeah.
And he's
Uh,
like, it's crazy.
They
Who
don't
were
give
we
a shit.
listening to the other day where I said their voice was too low in the mix?
Was it
Oh,
the
I
kid
remember
from
who it
our high
was.
school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's the same thing. Like, I mean, like, yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, but at the same time, like, I would like Death Grips more if the vocals. I like the processing on them. I like the like gritty sound to them because it's like a little bit overdriven kind of, and I
Yeah.
like that
It's meant
sound.
to sound industrial.
Yeah, almost like he's talking through like a CB radio kind of deal, but like he's too low in the mix. It's too muddy for me.
The
I
thing
can't
is,
do
though,
it.
I think they're not exactly using it as like vocals being the prominent thing. They're using vocals as another instrument.
Everything is a background kind of thing. There really isn't one prime like you get listened to.
Yeah,
that
it's not like a
other
shredding
stuff in
guitar, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, but I mean, literally everything in minimalist composition is background, and like even then
True.
you can hone in on something and everything is clear. You know, you listen to a Steve Reich composition and you can hone in on every single marimba or piano part or xylophone part or vibraphone part, and it's its own thing. With Death Grips, it's literally like a wall of sound and not like the Grateful Dead wall of sound, but like
I get
annoying.
what you're saying there, and like, yeah, I get where you're coming with that. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I just like that vibe that they give off. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't have an
Also,
argument. I
they-
just like it.
Half of one of their albums is literally all samples from Bjork.
Yes. That's my favorite album, and that's my favorite half of the album.
It's so good.
my album of the week is when this comes out. It's come out like 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah.
Andrew Huang and Rob Scallon made a album called 10 Hours under the name 1st of October, and they made 10 songs in 10 hours in like one day, all in a row, and the album's really good, and you should listen to it.
That's a cool concept.
I'll link you guys the videos after this. It's very good. All right, but we're just about at 40 something minutes, so we should be wrapping it up.
Thank you, Death Grips. Very cool. Good night.
Yep.
Are we gonna get
Oh.
renewed?
No.
I don't know if we're gonna be back for a 9th season, you know, because that's only something that like Friends gets, you know.
Seinfeld got the
Seinfeld.
9th season.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's last
You
season.
only got one juice.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be back next week. We'll have a new producer most likely. This week it was actually Bob Saget. So big thanks to Bob Saget.
My real dad.
All of our real dads. I still have a framed picture that Donny gave me. It's in a Barbie frame, and it's just a picture of Bob Saget. All right.
Do you have the
Episode
do you have
13, the
picture
lore.
of him with me on my desk me with Bob Saget on my desk during the Brit Lit final?
We'll find out next
Saved
time.
somewhere.
I could find it. We'll find it. All right.
Okay.
We'll find.
Okay, and we're done.
Go
Oh, wait,
home.
but I didn't say
Next.
my thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I want to say the thing?
you
Do I say the
no,
thing?
'cause
Say the thing, Max.
I
Hey, Andy,
guess
why don't you just say the thing?
What's the thing?
peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
No,
Yeah,
we're at
yeah,
the okay.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
end of it's the end of a subway station, and I leave with you with one question, which is actually two questions. Would you like it toasted, and would you like it cut in half?
Is the cheese on it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's already in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
goddamn sandwich!